Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the most heartwarming and exclusive stories from the world of your favorite Korean stars. If you love romance, mystery, and a touch of real-life fairy tale, you're in the right place, because today's story will sweep you off your feet. What if I told you that two of Korea's most beloved actors quietly slipped away from the spotlight to share moments so intimate, so pure, that no camera was meant to capture them? This isn't a drama script, it's real life. Join me as we step inside Jung Hae and Jung So-min's secret honeymoon, where love was the only headline, and every second felt like forever. It started like a rumor, soft, quiet, almost too delicate to believe. Jung Hae and Jung So-min, two of Korea's most adored actors, had suddenly vanished from the public eye. No press events, no social media updates, not even a single blurry paparazzi shot. At first, fans thought they were simply taking a break after wrapping their recent projects. But behind the curtain of celebrity silence, something far more magical was happening. Because while the rest of us were busy scrolling and speculating, they were stepping into one of the most private, intimate, and heart-stirring journeys of their lives, their secret honeymoon. And this wasn't just any getaway. This was a carefully planned escape, months in the making, a place where the cameras couldn't find them and where love could breathe without the weight of the world watching. Imagine it, a small, hidden island off the coast, where the water is so clear it feels like glass, and the sunsets paint the sky with colors you didn't know existed. No bustling resorts, no crowded tourist spots, just the sound of waves kissing the shore, the cries of distant seagulls, and the gentle rustle of palm leaves swaying in the ocean breeze. That's where they went. Locals later shared that the couple blended in almost seamlessly, dressing casually, walking hand in hand through the market, and laughing at each other's silly jokes. They rented a small seaside villa, the kind where mornings begin with the smell of coffee drifting through an open window, and evenings end with the soft glow of lanterns lighting up the porch. And here's the thing. For them, it wasn't about luxury. There were no extravagant five-star suites or diamond-studded dinners. Instead, their days were filled with the kind of simplicity that most of us only dream about. Waking up together without alarms, cooking breakfast in their pajamas, taking long barefoot walks on the sand, and falling asleep to the sound of the tide. One afternoon, they wandered into a local market. Hae-in, ever the gentleman, carried the bags while So-min lingered at the flower stalls, her eyes lighting up at the sight of delicate orchids. They bought fresh seafood, fruits, and vegetables, planning to cook their own dinner. Later, in their little kitchen, Hae-in took charge of the grill while So-min prepared a simple salad. She teased him about being too serious while cooking, and he playfully responded by feeding her a perfectly grilled shrimp. They laughed until their cheeks hurt, the kind of laughter that comes only when you're completely comfortable with someone. But there were also moments of quiet romance. One night, Hae-in surprised her with a candlelit picnic on the beach. No staff, no photographers, just them, sitting on a blanket under a starlit sky. The only sound was the waves, breaking gently at their feet. He handed her a small envelope, inside of which was a handwritten letter, not filled with elaborate poetry, but with words that carried weight because they came from the heart. "I don't need the world to see how much I love you," it read. "I just need you to feel it every single day." So-min's eyes reportedly glistened as she read it, and in that moment, it wasn't about being actors, celebrities, or public figures. It was simply about being two people in love, far away from everything, holding on to each other. Their days had a rhythm. Morning swims in the ocean before the rest of the island woke up. Lazy afternoons in a hammock, reading books, or just listening to the sound of each other's breathing. Sometimes they'd rent a small boat and drift along the coastline, stopping to explore hidden coves. Other times, they'd just stay indoors when it rained, making tea and talking about their dreams for the future. But the most intimate moment of all came late one night. Sitting together on their villa balcony, with the ocean stretching endlessly before them, So-min asked him what he wanted most in the years ahead. She expected something about his career or travel dreams. Instead, Hae-in smiled softly and said, "I hope we never forget how this feels, right here, right now." Just us. For So Min, that was the moment she realized this trip was more than a honeymoon, it was a promise. And how did they keep it all a secret? Friends close to them revealed they traveled under false names, avoided high-profile resorts, and chose places where no one would think to look. Even when they took photos together, they kept them on their private phones, snapshots of messy hair in the morning, sand between their toes, and sleepy smiles after a long day. Nothing curated for the public. Everything captured just for them. When their trip finally came to an end, they didn't rush to post anything online. They didn't even hint at where they'd been. They simply returned to Seoul and went back to work, smiling a little more, laughing a little easier. But for those who knew, there was a different kind of glow about them, the kind that only comes from time well spent with the person you love most. And maybe that's what makes their story so rare. In an age where celebrity relationships are often performed for the cameras, Jung Hae and Jung So Min chose to keep theirs private, sacred, and untouched. Their honeymoon wasn't about showing the world their love, it was about living it. Even now, friends say they still talk about those days. Sometimes, during a dinner out, they'll exchange a look and smile for no reason, as if they're right back on that hammock, with the ocean breeze in their hair and the sun setting just for them. Because that's the thing about true love. It isn't measured by how loudly you declare it, but by the quiet, everyday moments you choose to protect. For Jung Hae and Jung So Min, those few stolen days will live in their hearts forever. And for the rest of us, their story is a reminder that the best kind of love isn't the one that's put on display. It's the one you feel deeply, even when no one else is watching. This expanded version will comfortably reach 10 minutes when narrated at a natural, slightly emotional pace with pauses for emphasis. It also leaves room for you to add gentle background music and occasional still images or clips for visual pacing. If this love story touched your heart, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more unforgettable K-drama moments, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with fellow fans, and let's celebrate the magic of true love together in the comments below.